Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tridge's webinar titled Exploring the Rising Global Demand for Exotic Spices and Seasonings. I'm your host, Ben Lateghan. I'm a global market analyst in the Market Intelligence Department at Tridge, and we're very excited to host you today and to have you join us for this webinar. Now, before we get started, I would just briefly like to introduce you to Tridge and some of the services that we offer. Now, at Tridge, we're building a trust-based global trade community in the food and agricultural industry by blending professional networks with advanced data intelligence. Now, our mission is to be the leading platform for sourcing solutions, connecting buyers and suppliers globally while driving equity, resilience, and sustainability in the agri-food sector. Now, some of the services that we offer, one is Tridge's Trade Solution, which is a global business-to-business marketplace tailored for agribusinesses, enabling suppliers and buyers to form lasting trust-based relationships. Now, our platform ensures credibility through a two-way trust system, verifying both buyers and suppliers to save time and protect against fraud. Now, with built-in features that make global trade easier and more secure, Tridge fosters authentic engagement through social elements like news feeds and commenting, encouraging meaningful long-term relationships and partnership. Now, furthermore, it's powered by actionable data and analytics, so our platform delivers reliable insights for smarter decision-making and business growth as well. Another service that we offer is Tridge Pavilion, which is an innovative platform designed to showcase a curated selection of high-quality business products, agribusiness products, enabling global buyers and suppliers to connect seamlessly. For example, in collaboration with the Italian trade agency, Tridge Pavilion enhances international trade opportunities by promoting Italian agribusinesses, facilitating efficient global market access, and fostering long-term partnerships through data-driven insights and a trusted marketplace environment. Now, our latest addition to our services is Tridge's Market Brief, which is part of a larger AI drive and solution at Tridge. Now, Tridge's Market Brief is a global agri-food market insight service that combines AI technology with Tridge's extensive agri-food big data. Now, it offers automated data curation, allowing users to access intuitive insights without complex data cleaning or processing. Now, this data curation relies on Tridge's proprietary AI technology. And through Tridge's Market Brief, users can access crucial information such as price trends, supply and demand dynamics, trade data, major news, and analysis for specific products and markets. And this is all in one place on a single page, and it's real-time data. So, in essence, our intelligence and data provides qualitative and quantitative data on food and agriculture to provide comprehensive solutions for our users. Now, some of the other intelligence services that we provide is Tridge's reports, opinions. We provide weekly updates on specific products. We provide price analysis, price data, weather data, and trade data to help clients enhance their decision-making. So let's get into the administrative side before we jump into the presentation. There will be a certificate at the end, a certificate of participation, which is offered to all attendees. Now, in order to receive the certificate, you need to fill out the survey at the end, which will be shared with you after the presentation. The presentation recording will also be available on YouTube after this, and then feel free to ask questions in the chat section. We will do our best to answer them towards the end, and those questions we don't get to answer, we will follow up with an email with those answers within 3 business days of the presentation. So the table of contents, what we'll be covering today is we'll cover spices and seasonings market trends. Then we'll go country of origin analysis. So that'll be part of the presentation itself. And then this will be followed by a panel discussion where we will address 3 predefined questions. And then right at the end, we will also have a question and answer session to answer any questions that you might have. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and then we will see if we can get to them at the end. So I've already introduced myself, but then Bojan Mijatovic, who is also a global market analyst at Tridge from Serbia, will be our presenter today. He will be covering the presentation. And then we have 3 panel discussions. I'll ask them to introduce themselves right before we get into the panel discussion itself. But we have Alper Akurt, Global Supply Chain Manager from Turkey. We have Raman Shuvo from HQ side, working in the business development side of things. And then we have Victor Lagat, also a global market analyst in our team from Kenya. So we have a nice diverse set of panelists and presenters today. Bojan, then I'm going to hand over to you for the presentation side of things.
Thank you, Ben. And once again, welcome all to Tridge January webinar on spices and seasonings market trends. So we have a lot of ground to cover. Let me first start with the key trends in spices and seasonings markets. You're going to hear a lot about health conscious and functional foods today. The growing demand for health boosting spices is a current topic, and the global spices market, valued at approximately almost $25 billion in 2023, is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 5.25% through 2032. Spices like turmeric, ginger, and garlic are at the forefront of this growth, and due to their well-documented health benefits, it is expected to continue in importance. Turmeric, rich in curcumin, is renowned for its anti-inflammatory properties, aiding joint health and boosting immunity. Global turmeric consumption has increased by 10% annually over the past decade, driven by its integration into functional foods, beverages, and supplements. Similarly, ginger is widely used for digestive trends, which is the trend is surging in the herbal tea and natural remedy sectors. Garlic, known for its cardiovascular benefits, remains a staple in health-conscious diets worldwide. Regarding the consumer shift towards natural ingredients, in newer history, the pandemic accelerated this trend of home cooking and the preference for clean label products. Consumers are increasingly seeking natural, minimally processed spices free from additives. This shift has boosted the demand for organic and sustainably sourced spices, with organic spices sales growing by over 12% annually. Certifications, for example, like Fair Trade and Rainforest Alliance, are enhancing the appeal of these products. Another trend is the ethnic and fusion flavors. The rising popularity of ethnic cuisines is reshaping the global spice market. In North America and Europe, consumers are exploring diverse flavor profiles, driving demand for Middle Eastern and Eastern Mediterranean spices like cumin, cardamom, and za'atar. For instance, cumin exports from India grew by 20% in 2022, reflecting its rising consumption in the US and Europe. Fusion cooking and street food trends are further integrating these flavors into mainstream diets. with products like McCormick's Mexican and Brazilian street food seasoning gaining in traction. Of course, product innovation and convenience is also important. Manufacturers are more and more focusing on innovation to meet the need of busy consumers. The spice blend segment, growing at a compound annual growth rate of 7.5%, caters to the demand for ready-to-use products that save time while delivering authentic flavors. Examples include gram masala, Cajun mix, and Italian seasonings. Additionally, the ready-to-eat market segment is projected to grow at 8.10%, incorporating spices to create authentic taste profiles. Of course, the convenient packaging solutions, such as resealable craft bags and recyclable refill pouches, are also gaining popularity, appealing to eco-conscious consumers. Regarding the noteworthy products, these are the top 3 products that I pointed out in our recent Spices and Seasonings retail report. First is the McCormick's street food seasonings. This product reflects the global culinary trends. McCormick's street food seasonings line captures the essence of global street food, offering diverse blends inspired by Mexican, Southern American, and Caribbean cuisines. These products cater to the growing consumer interest in bold, authentic flavors and the convenience of recreating street food experience at home. Another product that stands out is Ankerkraut's Mediterranean herbs. Ankerkraut targets the premium segment with its Mediterranean herb blends featuring oregano, thyme, basil, and rosemary. This brand emphasizes sustainability. You're going to hear a lot about sustainability today, using recyclable glass bottles and cork caps, aligning with consumer demand for eco-friendly packaging. The focus on quality also and sustainability has positioned Ankerkraut as a leader in the premium spice market. The third product that I would point out is the Stomami Toscana spice sauce. Stomami Toscana spice sauce stands out as a niche product with unique flavor profiles, which combines garlic, onion, and lemon zest, which offers freshness and versatility, enhancing pasta meat, and fish dishes. Its vegan, gluten-free, and soy-free formulation caters to diverse dietary preferences, making it a popular choice among health-conscious consumers. Regarding the sources challenges, I won't put too much time on this slide since we are going to explain that a little bit more in the panel discussion. But impact of geopolitical and climatic challenges is obvious also on the spice and seasonings market. For instance, the black pepper production in Vietnam declined by 15% between 2020 and 2023 due to extreme heat and drought. Similarly, saffron yields in Iran have dropped due to water scarcity, driving up prices and creating supply shortages. On the other side, e-commerce are proving to be a key driver in the spice and seasoning markets. Dominance of e-commerce platforms like Amazon and JD.com, and also specialty spice retailers are proving to be valuable for spice traders, offering consumers convenience and access to a wide variety of products. Online spice sales, for example, in India grew by 25% in 2021, reflecting global shift toward digital purchasing. The online retail segment is expected to grow at 9.1% compound annual growth rate through 2032. What are some strategies for success? High quality product descriptions, competitive pricing, and visually appealing images are critical for driving online sales. Exclusive product bundles and limited editions offerings create a sense of urgency, attracting consumers. Also, collaboration with e-commerce platforms and targeted digital marketing campaigns can significantly boost brand visibility and sales. E-commerce enables brands to reach geographically dispersed consumers and offer personalized purchasing experience through recommendation and reviews. For instance, McCormick's partnership with Amazon has expanded its global footprint, with niche brands also like Ankerkraut leverage online platforms to cater to premium consumers. This is the first part of the presentation, and we are now moving on to the country of origin analysis. Let me just say that all our reports are based on our Tridge data, and you can view our retail reports on our platform. These are the data from the Q4 2024, and the upcoming Q1 is in process. Let's start first with the overview of countries with the spice market, which are heavily reliant on domestic production and consumption. For instance, Japan, the spice retail market in Japan is a prime example of local brand dominance, as you can see on the graph on the right. Nearly 100% of spices sold in Japan are domestically produced. This reflects a strong cultural preference for locally sourced products, deeply rooted in Japan's culinary traditions and consumer trust in homegrown quality. The market's focus on health benefits, such as antioxidant properties, further reinforces the demand for domestic spices. On the other side, Italy and UK exhibit minimal reliance on foreign or unspecified origin spice manufacturers. Both countries prioritize local production, with Italy's spice consumption projected to grow steadily, driven by its rich culinary heritage. This trend underscores a strong preference for locally produced spices, ensuring quality and authenticity in their food culture. Next, we turn to countries that adopt a more globalized approach to spice sourcing, reflecting diverse consumer preferences. These are the markets in Australia and the United States. In these markets, foreign origins account for approximately 30 to 35% of spice and seasoning suppliers. This balanced sourcing strategy highlights the integration of global flavors into local cuisines in Australia and the US. For instance, the US market is driven by the growing popularity of exotic and ethnic spices, supported by the convenience of e-commerce platforms. Similarly, in Australia, Australia's spice market reflects its multicultural society, with a mix of local and imported spice, catering to the wide range of tastes. Finally, let's look at the countries where the spice market is shaped by a blend of domestic and foreign contributions. France and South Korea stands out in this position. Both countries showcase a mix of domestic and imported spices, with domestic production playing a dominant role. In France, the emphasis on culinary excellence drives demand for high quality, locally sourced spices, while on the other side, imported varieties and diversity of the market is in South Korea. South Korea sees a growing influence of foreign spices, driven by the popularity of fusion cuisine and the expanding processed food industry. This blend of domestic and foreign contribution reflects a dynamic market that caters to evolving consumer trends. Moving on to the regional preferences. In Germany, consumers are gravitating toward premium spice blends, with brands like Ankerkraut's barbecue rubs and Fuchs professional-grade spices leading the way. There's also a growing interest in functional and organic products, particularly turmeric and Ceylon cinnamon, driven by health-conscious trends. Remember, before I mentioned you're going to hear a lot about health-conscious. In France, culinary aids such as Ducros smoked paprika and Knorr seasoning powders remain household favorites. Additionally, private label products from retailers like Auchan and La Baleine are gaining traction, reflecting a shift toward affordability and sustainability. Regarding the global sources trends, here I pointed out main regions like Australia and the US. Both Australia and the US showcase a balanced mix of domestic and imported spices. In Australia, the products like organic turmeric and Himalayan salt are gaining popularity. Meanwhile, the US market is driven by clean label and organic products with a growing focus on diverse global cuisines, like mentioned before, reflecting the country's multicultural food landscape. In the Asia-Pacific region, rapid urbanization is fueling a surge in demand for packaged spices, particularly in India, China, and Southeast Asia. These markets are seeing increased consumption of convenient, ready-to-use spices as busy lifestyles reshapes cooking habits. Key insights from this includes like global sourcing in this region highlights the need to balance cost, availability, and consumer preferences regarding, especially focusing on authenticity and variety, ensuring both traditional and modern demands are met on these markets. Regarding the challenges in the spice market, again, we will address this issue more in the panel discussion part. But for the spice market, faces significant challenges due to fluctuations in raw material cost, driven by geopolitical instability and transportation issues. Of course, seasonal availability and the effects of climate change further disrupt consistent supply. Consumers are increasingly demanding eco-friendly packaging solutions such as recyclable and refillable options. Moving on to the country of origin for the specific markets, again, I stress out that this is just a brief overview of what our retail trends market reports are covering. And for the sake of webinar, I pointed out the three main markets. All the other markets are available on our platform in our retail reports. Regarding the US market, consumers are increasingly prioritizing natural, organic, and sustainably sourced products. There's a strong demand for minimally processed premium quality items such as Simply Organic Ceylon Cinnamon and Baja Gold Sea Salt, and of course the seasonal and specialty products like Fire and Flavors Apple Sage Perfect Brine are also gaining popularity. Additionally, like mentioned a couple times before, clean labor products and digital supply chains are becoming essential for ensuring transparency and sustainability. There is also room for growth in the US market. The North American spice market is projected to grow from almost $4.7 billion US in 2025 to almost $6 billion US by 2030, according to various research reports. Major players like McCormick are driving innovation with offerings such as salt-free and vegan spice blends. There are significant opportunities for growth in both traditional categories and emerging product segments as consumer preferences continue to evolve. Another big market and important market is the United Kingdom. Here, there is a strong demand for locally sourced and sustainable products, with examples like Cornish sea salt and Sainsbury ground coriander leading the way. Premium and artisanal products such as Maldon sea salt flakes continue to dominate the market. Additionally, there is a growing interest in global flavors that cater to multicultural tastes, with products like Santa Maria Telly black pepper gaining popularity. UK manufacturers landscape, as seen on the pie on the right graph, can be seen, and I would like to point out Sainsbury's, Maldon, known for its private label products, which offers competitive pricing and strong consumer ratings. Another manufacturer is Maldon, and its product Maldon and Cornish sea salt, which is the leader in the premium salt category, which emphasize UK origins and artisanal product methods. Finally, there's Coleman's from Unilever, focused on convenience with products like Coleman's sauce mixed cheddar cheese. On the recent developments, I would note Tesco's expansion. Tesco's is making significant strides in the spice market with competitive private label offerings such as Tesco ground cinnamon and globally inspired blends like cajun and fajita seasoning. In 2024, Tesco partnered with Just Spices to launch innovative blends, including classic roast potato seasoning, now available in over 830 stores. And of course, the Korean market. In Korea, there is strong demand for locally produced spices, with red pepper powder being a staple in the market, exemplified by brands like Gom Gom and Haetin Village. These bulk essentials, such as Chungwon sea salt in 5 kilo packages, are also highly sought after for everyday cooking needs. At the same time, there's a growing interest in premium and specialty spices, including the simply organic garlic powder and natural spice peperoncino. Some of the popular manufacturers include like Gongom, Haetin Village, CG's, Sheiradang, and Daesanko, known from products like the Shida beef seasoning. Imported products on the other side, while local staples dominate, there is a niche demand for international flavors such as China star anise, which reflects a growing curiosity for global tastes. Market characteristic for Korea strikes a balance between tradition, with a focus on local staples, and innovation, with specialty imports gaining traction. Pricing varies widely from affordable bulk essentials to premium products like peperoncino, priced at almost $20 for just 18 grams. E-commerce platforms like Coupang are playing a key role in enhancing accessibility and driving sales. Similar to the US market, in Korea, there are growth opportunities with seeing rising demand for both traditional spices and premium offerings, which creates opportunity for innovation and expanded product lines. Businesses can capitalize on this trade by catering to diverse consumer needs, from everyday essentials to high-end specialty products. I realized this was a lot of information, but I've just summarized briefly a couple of markets, and in details you can find this on our retail reports. In conclusion, the global spice market continues to balance tradition with innovation, as consumers' preferences are shaped by a desire for local authenticity and premium quality. There is a growing demand for natural, organic, sustainably sourced, and clean label products, particularly in the US, where health conscious trends dominate. This is also the rule for the other markets. Major players like McCormick are responding with innovative offerings such as salt free and vegan blends. And I think this is the key on how to proceed on these markets. In the UK, locally sourced premium and globally inspired spices are leading the markets. Brands like Salisbury, Maldon's, and Tesco are at the forefront, with Tesco's partnership expanding the market and dominating. In Korea, like mentioned before, the red pepper powder and bulk cooking essentials remain culturally significant staples. However, there is a growing interest in premium and imported spices, like I mentioned in the Korean slide. It's all on my side, Ben.
All right, thank you, Bojan, for that insightful presentation. And like Bojan mentioned, a lot of this information comes out of our retail intelligence report. So if you found any of the information useful, please feel free to check that out. We publish the full reports every quarter, and then mini reports, which is mostly just the data with some insights on a monthly basis. So the data comes out every month, and then a full report is released every quarter. The latest spices and seasonings report actually released yesterday, so that data is fresh for your viewing if you are interested in that. Okay, so then let's move on to the panel discussion. So I'm going to ask each panelist to just briefly introduce themselves. Raman, you can go first, then Alper, and then Victor. So go ahead and just introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Hello, hi everyone. This is Raman Shugo joined from Tridge HQ, so South Korea. I'm working as a key account manager and business development specialist here. Part of my role is to help our premium clients to expand their business and get benefit of our service. And of course, thanks to the newly implemented market brief, part of the bigger data spectrum, Tridge, through that we are currently working more faster than before. We'll talk about it later. Yes.
Hello, everyone. This is Alper from Turkey. Uh, I have background in agricultural, foreign trade, and logistics and supply chain, and I'm regional responsible for our platform solutions.
Hello, my name is Victor Langat, a global market analyst from Kenya. I specialize in meat, dairy, and other products, including spices and seasoning. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Then let's jump into the first question of the panel discussion. What are the biggest challenges in sourcing spices sustainably? Raman, can you go first on answering that question for us?
Sure. Yeah, most of the part that has been being asked in this question has been already been discussed by Bojan, but I want to focus on some specific reasons. Just want to thank again our market brief because that actually helped me a lot to understand the spice market within very short time. So there are many challenges right now we are facing. So one of the recent key challenges would be compliance, because recently I found an incident happened for Indian spice market, especially the Indian uh, red pepper export has been severely been reduced because of EU restriction. It's because one of the key ingredient, which is called the ethylene oxide, and it actually severely damaged the export from India to EU. If I talk about in number, it's reduced about 20% decline, which is a huge number for a major exporter like India. Now they are trying to reform and restructure their testing and also attaining new certifications to um, get their permission to export in the EU market. Obviously, climate is one of the major challenge for this global spice market. Obviously, it also creates a lot of volatility in the market. Like if I want to talk about Brazil, uh, their drought actually reduced reduction of black pepper of 15%, which actually made a ripple effect of the global supply, pushing the price for about 18%. And obviously, there are a lot of supply chain disruptions happening here and there, but sometimes undersupply, oversupply can also help, also disrupt the market. For example, when I was helping a lot of clients to develop their business for cardamom in Guatemala, I still do remember that they are really happy with our good prices. But recently, that I found a really interesting information that cardamom has disrupted the supply chain with oversupply. So the price, because of that oversupply, was dropping about 12%, which is a huge number for the cardamom. And especially for Guatemala, because they don't consume a lot of cardamom, but they are one of the biggest producer of the cardamom spice. And not just this, but there's another way that I think is biggest challenge. For example, conflicts and political instability can also can be a bigger challenge. For example, we all know that Russia-Ukraine war has, like had a bigger impact in the grain market, but again, um, Ethiopia, we don't know, but Ethiopia is one of the major producer of sesame seeds, but because of their instability, they have seen about 8% decline of their export volume due to the ongoing civil conflicts. But so these are the few states that I found, and also I want to also talk about some of the remedies about like how we can, tackle this challenge. So part of it that I found where is really helping me is to understand how Tridge market brief can help our business stakeholders in the agri and food industry to um, you know take a better decision for their export to reduce their export input challenge because we are providing it's a huge AI spectrum offering you the latest technology and giving you the best accuracy on the pricing and also giving you insights. So I think producers and importers can also reduce their risk by looking at our data sets, data and insights, and obviously through market brief to take uh, very fast step to tackle these challenges and obviously um, and leverage the technology is always good. So yeah, if you have any question in later, I can also talk about it a bit more.
All right, thanks, Roman. Alper, can you continue for us?
Thank you, Ben. Yes, sourcing spices sustainably involves navigating several challenges. So, first, climate change. Unpredictable weather patterns and extreme climate events disrupt spice production, impacting both yield and quality. And supply chain complexity. Many spices come from smallholder farms in remote regions, making traceability and sustainable practices challenging. And also economic pressures. Farmers often prioritize short term economic gains over sustainability due to financial constraints and limited market access. And globally, major spice producing countries like India, Vietnam, and Indonesia face these challenges alongside with Turkey, a significant producer of oregano and thyme. For example, my country, Turkey, grapples with preserving biodiversity and managing water resources in drought prone regions. Similarly, India faces soil degradation in turmeric production, and Vietnam deals with over reliance on smallholder farming for people cultivation. Solutions lie in innovation and data driven approaches and adapting digital platforms and blockchain for traceability can ensure transparency from farm to fork, addressing many of these challenges. So our solutions in market brief and 3GI, we say comprehensive data analytics empower stakeholders globally with detailed insights into sustainable sourcing practices by leveraging these tools, industry players can identify suppliers committed to sustainability, monitor compliance, and make informed decisions to foster a more sustainable and competitive supply chain. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Alper. Victor, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, I have. I fully agree with my colleagues that there are many challenges affecting sourcing spices sustainably, which include issues with climate change, which affects production of raw materials, and and more. There are more challenges. But I would like to note that one other significant challenge is low investment in technology. This is because inadequate technological infrastructure hampers various aspects of the spice supply chain, leading to inefficiencies and sustainability issues such as One is limited traceability and transparency, which makes it difficult to trace spices from farm to consumer. The lack of transparency can conceal unethical practices such as poor labor conditions and environmental degradation. Also, without enough investment in modern technology, managing the complex spice supply chain becomes challenging because inefficiencies in the supply chain can lead to increased waste, higher cost, and difficulties in ensuring product quality and safety. Another issue stemming from low investment in technology is inability to meet market demands. This is because consumers and regulatory bodies are increasingly demanding sustainably sourced spices, potentially leading to market exclusion for those with low investment in technology. Environmental impact is another issue. We all know that technological tools can assist in implementing sustainable agricultural practices such as precision farming, which reduces resource use and minimizes environmental harm. Without these technologies, farmers may resort to traditional methods that are less efficient and more damaging to the environment. One way to overcome these challenges is to invest in modern technologies like blockchain and digital platforms where suppliers and buyers can share and access real time data. Also, governments and NGOs can subsidize the cost of technological tools, especially for smallholder farmers. That is it from my side.
All right, thanks, Victor. Yeah, I think the technology that you just mentioned, Victor, the technology side of things, it ties in nicely with Tridge's solutions, especially this new AI solution of Market Brief. It really provides the tools to users and users and clients to leverage data at a manageable cost to access global markets. All right, so then let's move on to our next question. Which regions or markets are showing the most growth potential for spices? Alper, can you address that for us?
Sure, Ben. Several regions are exhibiting a substantial growth potential. Asia Pacific, rising disposable incomes and a growing middle class are fueling demand for high quality, authentic spices. Middle East and Africa expanding food service sectors and a renewed focus on traditional cuisine are driving significant demand in these regions. And we can say Europe and North America consumers are embracing exotic flavors and healthier organic options, boosting demand for unique spice offerings. So I can also mention my own country, Turkey, along with India and other leading spice exporters, is uniquely positioned to serve both European and Middle East markets. Investments in value-added spice products enhanced Turkey's export potential. India, with its large-scale turmeric and cumin production, also remains a major player catering to Europe's demand for authentic flavors. Uh, I can mention also e-commerce platforms empower small spice producers from regions like sub-Saharan African and Southeast Asia to direct access international consumers, accelerating growth and market access. So I can mention again. So we provide real-time market intelligence and growth analytics to help businesses identify emerging markets and tailor their strategies. By leveraging our insights, stakeholders can navigate regional trends, capitalize on growing demand and remain competitive in a dynamic global market. Thank you, man.
Perfect. Thanks, Alper. Shugo, can you answer the same question for us?
Yeah, of course. So for this question, I was thinking about dividing into like two big sections. One is like production based, another is like sourcing based, like consumer based. So if I talk about the production related data that I found from our Tridge platform, is South Asia could is one of the major region for producing the key spices. For example, dried red pepper and turmeric. So in 2023, it rebounded about 49% year-on-year increase, and also the production growth in 2023 was about 12%. I'm talking about only India for this um, red pepper spice production, and also the like agroclimate of this region is really suitable and provide a high yielding climate. That's why I think this is going to be one of the major uh, growth potential in the coming days. Next production base is could be Southeast Asia, and for Indonesia and Vietnam would be playing a bigger role. For example, spice export for nutmeg and cinnamon and clove, and these three major spice has been market has been led by Indonesia, and in future it's going to grow a lot. And also Vietnam, known for its cashew reproduction facilities and offering um, high-level uh, packaging and labeling, and also providing a different type of mixing of taste and flavor for cashew nut, processed cashew nut, is going to lead the market, especially in the European and North American region. Now let's talk about some of the consumer market. So obviously, Middle East going to play a very bigger role, not just Middle East but also North African region, because of it has been seen that after COVID, there is a huge number of culinary tourism happening, and these countries are competing each other to attract a lot of visitors to visit there. And obviously, these culinary tourisms are mostly depend on their unique flavor of their food and their culture, right? So obviously these areas are depending on a huge amount of these producing countries for their sustainability and competing to each other. And I also have another data from Turkey, because of the tourism culture getting increased day by day, their production facilities got increased in the local domestic production has got increased, and plantations has been got 2.3% increase than the previous year. And now let's talk about the North America or the European region. And the unique feature for this region is they are highly health conscious. So they are willing to spend more to eat healthy foods. For example, if we talk about spice foods, spice as an ingredient in their food, they're highly concerned about whether this spice is produced in an organic feature with an organic plantation. So they are very much. They also purchase the organic spices. They have shown a huge number of interests. So that's another unique feature. I think it has a lot of potential in the growth for this consumer market. And last but not least, in the e-commerce sector, has been and it's been booming in these North American European region, and it has gone increased about 15% compared to the past year for this spice and other spice related, especially the organic spice sales through the e-commerce platform. Thank you.
Thanks, Roman. Then, Victor, do you have something to add here?
Yes. India shows growth potential. This is because of the rising demand for convenience foods and spice blends. Also, Vietnam and Indonesia have potential for growth due to increasing import demand from Europe and the US for high quality, sustainably sourced spices. China is also witnessing an expanding spice market due to rising middle class incomes and an interest in global cuisines. In the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates has potential as it serves as a re-export hub for spices, connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa. Its demand for spices is driven by a booming hospitality and food processing industry. Saudi Arabia has potential also driven by growing population and increasing food service sector, which boosts uh, its spice consumption. In Africa, Ethiopia has a high value export potential since it is a major producer of cardamom and a growing supply of organic spices like coriander and cumin. Its proximity to European and Eastern markets ensures strong export potential. Regarding North America and Europe, these are well-developed import markets for spices, with consumers showing interest in sustainable and health-oriented products. Also, they have an increasing demand for spices mixes tailored for convenient cooking. Yes.
All right, perfect, Victor.
Thank
Thank you. Then on to our last question. What does the future hold for the Grover spice and seasonings market? Then, Victor, I am going to hand back to you if to answer that question for us.
Okay. According to me, the global spice and seasoning market is expected to continue growing and changing in the coming years. Some of the drivers for this change and improvement include growing popularity of convenience foods. This trend is reflected in the increasing demand for ready-to-eat and easy-to-prepare food products, which is fueling the expansion of pre-mixed spice blends. Another driver is technological advancement. This is through the acceptance and implementation of technologies like blockchain, which will play an important role in enhancing transparency and traceability, allowing consumers and businesses to track spices from farm to table. Another driver for the growth is sustainability and ethical sourcing. This is as consumers and businesses become more eco-conscious. There will be a push for sustainable sourced prices, spices. Companies will focus on improving their environmental footprint by adopting ethical sourcing practices and reducing the carbon footprint of their products. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Victor. Then, Shuvo, what do you think the future holds for the global spice and seasonings market?
Yeah, I think my previous spokesman has talked a lot about what I was going to talk, but I'm going to be very short on this. Let's talk about my analysis of the market projection. So as per what I studied in Tridge market brief, it is going to be. We are thinking of, we are looking at about 30 billion market size by 2023. 2023 for this spice industry, and it will continue to grow. And also we are looking at clean, organic, clean label, non-GMO, and organic demand growing in the future. And also, I think there will be. I also found that there will be a huge technological advancement that will play a huge role in this industry. Also, e-commerce platforms will take a bigger market share in coming days. And third would be the ethnic flavors, mixing spice blends. That will also, we are looking at that will grow for considerable amount in numbers in coming years. For example, garam masala, that is a very unique spice blend, used to be consumed in the South Asian nations, but now I can see in these Eastern Asian nations, where in South Korea I can find easily find in the retail stores they're selling garam masala. So people's taste, are changing towards more these healthy spice blends, and we are looking at continuous growth in coming days too. Thank you.
Thanks, Raman. Then over to you, Alper.
Thank you, Ben. So the future of spice market is shaped by health and wellness trends, like increasing demands for natural and functional foods is boosting interest in spices with health benefits, and culinary globalization, a growing fascination with international cuisines, is driving the need for a wider variety of authentic spices. And we can mention sustainability and ethical sourcing also. Consumers are prioritizing transparency and ethical practices, prompting brands to adopt sustainable sourcing methods. So, with the country examples, Turkey alongside India, Morocco, and other Cape producers is uniquely positioned to cater to these trends, while Turkey has leveraged its rich spice heritage and biodiversity. Countries like India focus on innovation in organic turmeric and cumin. Similarly, African producers are diversifying into exotic spices to meet international demands. And emerging trends and solutions, we can say advancement in AI and data analytics are revolutionizing the spice market by providing deeper insights into consumer preferences and optimizing sourcing strategies. So we'll leverage our AI-driven system to provide predictive analytics, trend forecast, and real-time market insights, helping industry players stay ahead of market shifts. Our platform consolidates supply and demand data, pricing optimization, and market events in one place, backed by expert analysis. This allows stakeholders to anticipate consumer behavior changes, identify new opportunities, and adapt sourcing strategies efficiently. And with our comprehensive tools, businesses can streamline their operations, optimize costs, and navigate a dynamic market with precision.
All right, perfect. Alper,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Then that is the official end to our presentation. But we are going to go a little bit over time because we have one or two questions from the audience that we would like to answer, and those that we don't get to, we will follow up with an email afterwards. But I'm going to cover two questions just so not as to go too much over time. So the first one here, Alper, I'm going to direct to you. It is how is the global spice market balancing tradition with innovation? And what factors are driving the preferences for premium quality spices? I think we might have lost Alper there for a minute. So I'm gonna just give him a second to figure out what is wrong here. Raman, then I'm going to direct a question to you, rather. So, what is the global demand for curry powder? And where are the largest suppliers? Or who are the largest manufacturers of curry powder? And where is the largest global demand? Can you give us some insight into that?
Yes. So I think the first and the third question kind of has a very close similarity. So I'll talk about the global demand, largest demand. So for curry powder, it's a mix of different spice blends. It's a blended spice. So that's why I call it curry powder. So this curry powder is mostly used for different South Asian dishes that are very popular all over the globe. And the demand mostly for this sort of curry powder is growing in Europe and American region, North American region. And it's been always the same. And now it's still is the same demand. It's the highest demand there. But let's talk about who are the key manufacturers. For this, I suggest our market brief can help you. Please go to our website and check the market brief, where you can easily find curry powder key exporter list. And just to give you some of the names, regions where the key exporters are basically from India. They are widely renowned for the best quality curry powder in the world. And obviously, Indian people, wherever they live, they always try to find for, not just India, but for South Asian people. I'm from South Asia, so they always prefer buying the Indian or South Asian kind of curry powder, right? So that's also a continuous demand. It's a sustainable demand all over the globe. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Raman, thanks for that. Then, Alper, I'm going to circle back to you with that question. I'm just going to ask it again. So, how is the global spice market balancing tradition with innovation, and what factors are driving the preferences for premium quality spices?
Thank you, Ben. Sorry about my connection. The spice market blends tradition and innovation by preserving traditional farming methods while embracing modern technologies. Traditional techniques like hand harvesting and natural drying ensure uh, authenticity, while innovations in sustainable farming, blockchain traceability, and value added products enhance transparency and quality. And new products developments such as personalized spice blends and functional health products are also merging traditional with modern consumer needs. And for the second questions, demand for premium spices is driven by several factors we mentioned maybe in our answers, like health and wellness trends. Consumers seek spices with proven health benefits such as turmeric and ginger. And culinary explanation, growing interests in international cuisines fuels demand for high quality, authentic spices. And we can say consumers want ethical sourcing and transparency in how spices are produced, and increased purchasing power in developing markets is boosting demand for premium products, and online platforms make high-end spices more accessible to a global audience. So in short, the spice market is balancing tradition with innovation to cater to evolving consumer demands for quality, sustainability, and authenticity.
All right, Albert, thank you very much for that. Okay, so we're just going to take those two questions. The rest of the questions we will follow up with an email afterwards. We are already running over time, so I'm going to cut it to those two questions at least for this panel discussion or this Q&A section. Then, yeah, if you would like to join any of our services or publish a newsletter banner ad, you can also get in contact with us. Then the last thing I briefly want to address and discuss is our newly or recently launched market brief service, which is part of our AI solutions. Shuvo or Raman and Alper, I know both of you guys are quite closely associated with this project. So can you, Raman, briefly tell us, or Alper, about what are the benefits of this to clients? So how can it help clients solve their problems or address their data issues or market intelligence issues?
You want me to
Alper,
start,
would you go
Rahman?
first? Oh, right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Alper,
It's okay.
or Raman. Apologies, Raman.
Yeah.
I think you can
All
start.
right. Okay. So, Market Brief is the newly introduced AI powered market curated data. It includes price, top ranking destination for a particular product, and it's basically focused on the HSN code system. So you have to also that's why the data is more accurate. So, for example, if you're looking for like a pricing for last month of let's say tea market or turmeric market price, let's talk about turmeric. So, turmeric market, if you want to see the Indian turmeric export to the south, like to the European region, you can get the latest pricing data using the market brief. And that's because we have our AI system working and collecting data every day and also cross-referencing the data, especially the pricing, because pricing is a huge challenge and we are able to solve it by cross-referencing with different sources that we have to provide the accuracy of the price. And also that involves us to give you the volume movement from one country to another. And also that's the one of the key part of market brief is to it can give you the names of the companies and their particular company market their pricing range from starting to the end, higher price to lower price, and we provide you maiden price, which is the average pricing. That gives you a challenge, solves a challenge. I'm sorry. That also solves a challenge for your pricing negotiation, for example, right? So when you are going, if you use our market brief, you'll be able to quickly catch the price, discuss it with your deal discussions that you have to, right? Yeah.
And you also mentioned that it's part of a larger project, a larger AI-powered project at Tridge, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So it's we call it Tridge I. So Tridge I is going to come big. It's a bigger AI powered data spectrum that we have launched. We know we have our data and analytics, trade solution already in place. Data and analytics that gives you like flat and raw data. Also, we provide some curation on pivotized data as well, but Tridge I is much more capable of taking the curation on a next level. That's why we call it Tridge Eye. So what we do in our Tridge Eye is we collect the raw data, cross-reference it, and provide it to the with more accuracy to the customer.
Okay, I love the name. I love the name Tridge Eye for the larger project. Alper, do you have anything to add to that about the Tridge market brief and Tridge Eye in general?
To talk about our company Tridge, we are more than 10, maybe 15 years experience in the market, with also our fulfillment, our analysis, and more. So we were collecting all of these informations and market events and these rates for a long time. So we are not like a raw data provider. So these solutions are differentiating us from other data providers. We are giving really deeper market insights, and with this solution, we say market eye. I mean Tridge Eye. So we see data, and we make you see the data globally. So you can find everything in one place with also AI powered system, market events, prices. I mean, while buying, while selling, and uh, you can also uh, maintain your pricing while buying and while selling. You will see everything in our system globally, and top exporters, top importers, and minimum, maximum, and average prices of each market and each product in category basis and subcategory base and product level. So you will find it fantastic, and you can check it 2 years back and see how it works and understand, and ask for a meeting anytime. So we are here to support you in a demo call.
Right, perfect. Thank you guys for that information. So the Tridge Eye pretty much looks at multiple data sources, brings it all together, merges the data, and then allows you to view that data and assess market opportunities. Right. Okay, so thank you guys for that. So thank you to all the panelists, and then Bojan, thank you for your presentation. If you guys have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask them. Send us an email, and then if you have any further questions about any of our services or the market brief, please feel free to do the same. Then thank you for your time today. I hope you found the webinar interesting and insightful. So from all of us at Tridge, thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.